Anderson County's Christmas tree is growing.
Yes, thanks to electric fertilizer. It's a special blend that we buy right here in Anderson, and it seems to cause the tree to grow about 2 feet every year.
And that fertilizer's not very expensive, is it?
No, the initial cost of the tree was around $26,000. That was the initial cost. And then since then, with the lights and the decorations and everything else that we put on there, and the electric fertilizer, we probably have right around $39,000 into it. But again, that's from 2015 till now, which is practically 2019.
Right, so it's 4 Christmas seasons.
Yes.
And previous to that, of course, the magnolia tree died. It never looked right as a Christmas tree anyway.
The magnolia tree died due to a weather event, and then we decided that we would go in a different direction, because when we had the magnolia tree, you would spend 2 weeks getting that decorated, and
it never looked very Christmas.
And it was a magnolia tree, and I love magnolia trees, but maybe not as Christmas trees. And so now that we looked and looked and looked and looked, and so this is what we came up with, and I think it's become one of the defining characteristics of downtown. I mean, if you look out the window right now, you can see it's probably about halfway completed, and people are already out there having their pictures made with it. And one of the things that we are going to do, like we did last year, you have a lot of families who they come back to Anderson for Thanksgiving, and they may not get here for Christmas. And so we're going to have a soft lighting, just light it up, so that people, when they come back to Anderson to visit, they will see the Christmas tree. Now then, at a later date, we will have the grand lighting of the tree, where we light everything else up and have the event downtown that Kerry Jones puts on so well every year. So that's where we are. And our goal with our Christmas tree, with the electric fertilizer, is to one day have it as tall as the tree at Rockefeller Center. But you got to have a goal, so that's what we're looking for.
Well, you mentioned that tree's become really a community touch point. People have gotten married over there.
They've gotten married. I remember one night, and it was a Sunday night, and I got a call, and somebody had accidentally turned off the power. It was a Sunday night during December, and they were going to get married there in front of that tree. And so I made an emergency call to Brian Richardson, who is our facilities manager, and Brian and his family had been at a church event. So Brian comes on up the road in his pickup, and he saved the day, and the people were able to get married. So it has become iconic, and it just gives you a good feeling, and especially to see all the people wandering around. And as you know, we have a sound system in the clock tower here at the historic courthouse. And then as it gets a little bit closer, probably around December the 1st, we'll start playing Christmas music. So not only will you have the tree, but you will be able to hear Christmas music coming from the historic courthouse. And so it just makes it a really festive atmosphere. And again, I get the privilege of looking out that window a lot. And the number of people who have their pictures made, who bring their class there, who bring their Sunday school class there, or families in town who use that as a backdrop for their Christmas cards. It just really makes you feel good, and I think council's very pleased with how this has all turned out.
Just reminding people, if the county had decided to try to bring in a live tree every year, it would have been roughly $5,000. Of course, it's going up every year. That was in 15. It was about $5,000.
Yeah.
But the setup cost was roughly 5 or 6 times in the man hours.
It cost more to set it up and manhandle it and wrangle it and do all of that than it did.
And pay for disposal.
And pay for disposal. And I don't think we ever got the bang that we get now. And I think that also has a lot to do with bringing people downtown. I think it's good for the merchants. I think it's good for our identity as a county. And it's just wonderful. And if you ride down Main Street during the month of December, I think you go, wow, this is really nice.
And 4 years in, it's not showing any wear at all. It still looks
No,
as good when
it
was
looks
new.
good. We store it. We take good care of
That's
it.
like a 10 or 20 year long warranty on it.
Long warranty on it. And again, we're gonna keep putting electric fertilizer on it until,
It's grown 2 feet a year. And
yeah, it's amazing how that happens. It grows 2 feet a year.
Well, it's sort of the county's gift to Anderson every year. The tree is the one thing we do, that and taking part in the parade and stuff. But that is
Well,
the one big.
it's our county and that's our tree.
Thank you.